Welcome back to Human No Resource. We're doing Love is Blind Season 7, The Reunion, Part 2.
Now, we did Part 1. Guys, have a look at it. We did left off in an argument.
But we're sisters, you guys, so...
That's all right, okay? We agree to disagree, but we come back to the...
table.
The table.
All right.
We start off with Zach and Bliss.
Listen, I have nothing to say about them, okay? They're living their best life, but... Listen, okay, we're not gonna deny our girl, what's her name? Irina. Yeah. What happened to her? She was part of your storyline, you guys. So we're just gonna ignore her?
Yeah, we're just gonna say your storyline started off with like Zach meets Bliss, fell in love with Bliss, got married, on the show, and then had a baby.
Absolutely not. That's not how it worked, you guys.
For the sake of the baby, we'll go along with you guys. All right,
But Irina was his first choice, so yeah.
So let's get into Hannah and Nick. I don't know, I'm a little bit laughing. First of all, let's acknowledge Hannah's body.
Ooh, you guys, she got a 10.
Okay.
She lost some weight. She got some inches.
Revenge body, I can see it. Now, I wonder why.
Okay.
We'll get to the reason why. Now, Vanessa asks Hannah, so, do you regret not riding the duck? And she said, no, I don't regret riding the duck. And guys, she went from 0 to 3,000. Vanessa said, looking back, do you feel like you were a bit too direct? And Hannah was like, no, I was not direct at all.
Hannah, calm the down. Lord have mercy. Like, Hannah's lack of awareness is mind-boggling to me at this point. You can't disguise berating this man throughout this whole season and say, oh, it was just me being blunt.
Yeah.
I would consider myself as a blunt person, but I'm not rude or disrespectful.
You're not?
No.
Oh, Hannah.
Excuse me?
I was like, you said it already. I feel like it's a facade. I feel deep down, I think Hannah's a mean girl.
She is.
I'm gonna say it.
Like, did you not see her? Do you not remember her mother?
Yeah.
Drained.
I feel like Hannah is a mean girl and she's hiding behind, I'm just being honest. I'm a direct person. I'm just blunt. No, you're not. And do you think, because there's some girls who are very mean, it's like a disguise because of their insecurities. So they just don't want ever the attention to be on them. So they throw it on the other person as much as they can.
Because she's very insecure.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's whack. Oh, he's uneducated. He's illiterate. Financially this. All this on him. And then she goes, attention's off of me.
Yeah, and the minute you say something back to her,
Woo!
cry me a river.
We ain't gonna hear the end of it. River. And at some point, everybody was kind of looking at Hannah like this. Like, is there anything you want to say? And she was like, I said what I said, period. And then for some reason, I don't know if Nick said AD or something, AD was like, oh my God, she said what she said, period.
Standing on 10 toes.
10 toesy. I said, no, AD, it's not your time to say that. No, accountability. What happened to that? You can't just hide behind, this is my personality. And then Vanessa looked at Nick and she said, how do you feel knowing that she wants to stand on 10 toes? And he said, listen, I don't expect Hannah to change, her ways, or feel less or whatever. I just believe she could have maybe changed her delivery because it was a bit harsh, whatnot. And even Garrett was like, man, you're getting grace from me today on your patience.
Because let's be honest, Garrett had left the room.
And then Vanessa then segued to Hannah and said, you look really good, right? And after Hannah was like, yeah, I've been working on myself internally and externally. Vanessa's like, oh, do you really like this new version of yourself? I freaking love Vanessa. And then that right there, she struck a little nerve right there. And Hannah was like, yeah, I think so. She goes, oh, why did you say I think so? She goes, oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna cry awkwardly right now.
Yeah, because all eyes on her at this point, okay? It's not about your crazy personality.
Because I'm telling you, she walked in there with a full armor and her girls were there. But now it's just coming down, everything. Now that we're really asking her, how do you feel about yourself? This whole, I said what I said, all that stuff. Now it's uncovering. But Nick shot himself in the foot when he said, guys, listen, just leave Hannah alone, okay? Y'all just attacking her on social media. And Hannah took the opportunity to say,
it's like, gotcha now. Yeah, she pointed out that, then why are you liking girls' posts about me then? That were like extremely rude and disrespectful. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Probably because you dragged him through the mud through this whole season, and him liking some post, I don't see the problem with that.
Yeah, but don't be hypocrite. I'm acting like Hannah, by the way, guys. It's not me right now. Relax.
Okay.
She's saying, don't be hypocrite now. Don't say give her grace on social media, but you're out here encouraging the haters. Okay? And then, guys, somebody dropped this bomb that Apparently, Nick was not attracted to her and called her a grenade.
No, absolutely not.
Now listen, I interpret a grenade as her personality. She is like a grenade.
That's what you thought.
I thought that.
No, like she is fugly. That's what he means.
Wow. And listen, Nick was like, I never said that. Who said that I said that? But then guys, Marissa, she found her cape. Marissa.
The lawyer in her came out. That's what I'm going to say. The lawyer started defending Hannah and said, yes, you've been calling her a grenade and 5 out of 10 and all the smack behind her back.
And then he's like, I never said that.
And he's like, who you been telling? Like, I didn't say, like, where are you getting this information from? And she's like, oh, we know who.
Yeah.
We know who.
People on this panel. Mm-hmm. And then for some reason, Monica jumped in. She said, oh, come on now. This is a season of accountability. You know you said that. You know how I know? Steven told me. And then I was like, finally transition over to the guys. And everybody was looking at the guys and was like, Steven? And she said, yeah, you said that.
Yeah, you said it.
And I was like,
damn, Nick. You called her a grenade behind her back?
Wow.
But can I say something?
Go ahead.
Now, everybody starts saying that, yes, he's been saying smack behind her back, saying that she's not a pretty woman and she's a grenade and everything. But that means all of you guys knew this information and didn't want to tell her? You guys didn't want to let her know so she could drag him even more? Or at least we know this information?
But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about, was that the comment early on? Like the reveal? No. Because there's some people over time, like they grow, what is that word?
They grow to love
them?
No, you wouldn't know.
You just grow into loving everything about them. Like even physically and like characteristic, you just grow into loving them.
They said it was after the holiday.
Okay.
Yeah. And he told his boys, the boys told their women, and none of the women wanted to tell Hannah that this guy was calling her a grenade behind her back.
I think they did.
No,
but
they didn't. No, I think after when the show was done.
Now listen, guys, it got so complicated that even Steven walked back on his comment. He's like, oh wait, no, I don't know. I didn't hear it anymore. And then after Nick was like, yeah, any other guys that want to confess? And then Alex was like, this is baffling me. Like, Nick, I love you, but we all know you didn't find like Hannah attractive. You didn't like the way she looked like. And then after he said, who said that? Like,
who said that?
And then after the girls, like Hannah and Marissa were pointing the couch on the other side.
Yeah.
And then Garrett was like, I'm just hoping this conversation could pass. Like, this is
that
ridiculous.
Was me even. That was me.
Yeah, it was so bad. But then, guys, Ramses said, listen, Nick, this is the season of accountability. And we've said some things that we regret doing, but this is the time for us right now to stand up and be a man and just to admit it, man. Just say it.
Yo, why do I feel like Ramses wanted to say that part? Because he got dragged. Most of the guys got dragged in this show. And Nick was out here being squeaky clean and everything. Sunshine. And he's like, okay, fine. You know what I mean?
He's like, well, okay, I didn't say that she's a grenade. I just, listen. This is a lot, guys.
Listen, they also bring up another shocking thing, and it was about the notebook. Whoa. So apparently, Hannah and her girls went through his stuff, you know, when they broke things off, and they found a book where he had, 90 days goals. He put down, I want to sell 2 houses. I wanted to, what was another thing? Something. Regardless.
Get fit, I don't know.
Get fit, probably. We don't remember. But the last thing, right, the last entry was, I want to be famous through Love is Blind. And you know what? Can I say something? I wasn't hurt by that. Most of you guys in this whole show wants to be famous, okay?
Yeah.
That's why you're on the show.
Yeah.
So stop being fake. If he wants to be famous, let him be famous.
But the thing
and the reality is, he's not famous even.
Yeah. But the
he's
thing
known,
is, Hannah,
he's recognizable, but he's not famous.
But the thing is, Hannah was having a field day by now.
Yeah.
She said, see, told you ladies, I'm going to turn out to be the victim out of this. He's rude, called me a grenade, said I was a 5. That's a 50%, almost a fail. And there you go. And he made me like a plan of his, try to get famous. He used me. I couldn't find my love.
So do you think Nick is fake?
Y'all meet me in the comments section, which the way you guys normally do it. I don't think he's fake. I believe there's childish tendencies that he have.
Absolutely. And you know, in the end of the day, he did play everybody, right?
He did.
Like and also, Hannah, if you like it or not, your girls didn't tell you that information too. But speaking about fakeness,
wait, what's something by the way?
Okay, go ahead.
Remember, at this point, Hannah's feeling great now that everybody's looking at Nick like this. Wow,
you're crazy.
Nick tried to one-up her by saying, oh, if I'm so bad like that,
Uh-huh.
why did you try to contact me after the experiments to do what? Say it. Say it.
To hit it and quit it? What the heck is happening?
And then Marissa came in by saying, oh, for crying out loud, like, I hit this one over here, and look how toxic he is.
The information we don't even need to know, for the love of God. And actually, it makes sense, you guys, why she's still emotionally invested in Ramses. She's still banging the guy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
Yes, yes.
Is it true?
Yeah. She said it's like, well, I was still banging him.
Oh, okay, go, continue.
Yeah,
continue.
Anywho, the bar is in hell for women.
Friendship, go ahead, friendship.
Yeah, and if we're going to talk about friendship and fakeness and everything, hello, there's an individual that's throughout this whole reunion. I'm like, well, who is this lady?
Katie.
Who is this woman?
Still doesn't
I
recognize
don't know
Katie.
who is she, and I don't know how she has a platform to speak on. But other than that, Katie, aka Hannah's best friend, that she only knows for her, like she only knows her for what?
A minute,
had a lot to say.
Yeah, she basically said, Hannah, you don't trust me? There you go. What does that say a lot about you? And what I love is Marissa's mom. Because after they try to hash everything out, Marissa's mom was like, she kind of did drag you for a whole year, huh?
Yeah, and that's the reality, because that is Hannah's personality, and she's trying to save face. You're my girl. You're my bestie.
Let's move
and
on.
everything. We know each other for a whole year. But throughout the whole year, she was dragging her. Interesting, Hannah. So at that point, clearly they needed a break from Hannah and Nick, and we got Brittany and Leo. Listen, like those couple, I think we were all rooting for them to have more screen time. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They're very entertaining. Brittany is seeing a guy. Leo is still single, but he still has his Rolex. That's lovely. And
I like how she was very kind of direct. Like, I'm seeing somebody. Remember AD when they asked her, are you seeing somebody? And she was just like,
probably because it's Ollie from Love is Blind UK. Yes, there has been pictures of her and him hanging out. We don't know. Yeah, but the thing is, Leo and Brittany are still
good friends.
Great friends.
Very cordial. She said the reason why we're just not working out, he does like this the little icks that he does.
Yeah, he does something that I was freaking pissed for her. She buys her own drink. He buys the same drink, but he wants to drink from her drink. Like, that's disgusting.
You let me eat from your plate.
Absolutely not. Are you telling me you're stealing food from me? Wow.
So now, guys, we get into Steven and Monica. Everybody just clutch on your seats right now, okay?
Yeah, this is
because
crazy.
he was even impatient. He wanted to get to his part right now, so clearly means he rehearsed what he wanted to say. Anyways, sleep test. Was it true? Yes, it was true.
It was true.
And he had receipts. He was at that area. It was so weird, too, but he was like looking at the camera taking a photo, too. So it's like,
I don't know.
Did you know something was going to happen?
Like, he's greasy to me. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, guys, he has something called sleep apnea. Okay? But then Nancy said something else around him. Show us what's inside the text. It's like,
and we wanted to know too.
Nancy, Bartiz.
Oh,
don't.
All right. Okay, so
let's get to
that's
Bartiz.
venom words. Okay.
And then they're like, okay, Steven, go ahead. Say what you want to say. And he was like, listen, so out of respect, I don't want to talk about this individual.
And you know what? I was super happy, you guys, that Monica spoke up and she said, yeah, so you had respect for that individual, but you didn't have this respect for me and our relationship.
Your fiance.
Like, thank you, Monica. Thank you.
Guys, everybody gave her a standing ovation, and that was 100% true. And he was like, fair enough, but I need to continue what I'm going to say or I'm going to forget. And guys, I feel like he gaslit us after that.
I think he did.
He literally said, is that how it's going to be? Nobody to hear my side of the story? You guys made up your mind? I can't speak? That's it?
What was me? He's only missing hitting himself, you know what I mean? Where we're like, oh my God, he's clinically unstable, you know what I mean?
Yeah, very unstable. He went from 0 to 100. Nick had to tell him, look, I want to hear your side of the story. He goes, okay, I'm going to speak then.
Where?
I was at the sleep test area, and somebody messaged me, and when they messaged me, they were sharing something that was very emotional, a heart condition. And then, I don't know how the story, like, turned into, like, you know, like a fetish, and I entertained it, unfortunately. But then, like, at the end of the day, like, I cut it off when this person do not normally speak. And the whole time, Monica was like, what a liar.
Yeah.
What a liar.
It doesn't make sense.
Because I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. This person, and you don't speak. He said, well, and he glitched.
Yeah. Apparently they were speaking for a couple of years now, isn't it?
He said, I did the work. I went to therapy. Mm-hmm. I spoke to my parents. I even wrote your parents a letter.
And after Monica rang that, I was like, I knew you were going to bring that up. You just want to say it to assume that you're a good guy and all that. Mm-hmm. Listen.
So, I know. If you took it that way, then I didn't mean to. But, like, I actually did it genuinely. Okay. And we went on to a date the other time. She goes, it was dinner. It was not a date. Boy.
Calm down.
I feel like Monica's the only one who truly broke things off with Steven. Like, I don't feel like she's at all connected to him or even talking to him. Same as Tim and Alex, which we're going to get to. And I want to say my final points about Monica and Steven, if you want to say something. She reminds me of myself just a little bit, okay? Like,
just a little bit.
Poquito. We have sometimes our ways about who we want to see as a future, like, spouse. And it's like, we don't want to change it. Like, oh my God, it has to be like 6'2", luxury, all that stuff. And it's so hard for us to like change it. But like, as obviously you get older and older, you have to kind of see if your standards are realistic. So I like the fact that she tried to compromise her standards and she considered Steven, even though I saw at the beginning, she's kind of like, this guy.
No, I believe she genuinely liked him a lot.
I think he grew on to her, okay? And she was kind of like accepting it because even she said the flowers, all that stuff, I can see what lifestyle she's from. And he's not from that lifestyle. Yeah, he's a struggle. And it backfired on her. But I really want to commend her on giving chances because even somebody asked, I think it was Vanessa or Nick, did you not see the red flags? And she said, listen, he was very honest about telling me he did cheat in the past in that way. Similar method. But you know what? He told me he did the work. He told me he changed a lot of stuff. And I really took his word. So I have no regrets on that one. So I like how the fact that she's the type of person who would give a person another chance.
Yeah. Which
so
is
like
open-minded, which is great.
open-minded.
And it says a lot about her character. But for Steven, that man is a greasy man.
Now, guys, for the couple I think a lot of us have been waiting for is Tim and Alex. Can we admit this to each other? They both have their own versions of event, and then we have our version of what we saw.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what I saw.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw Tim did put in a lot of effort in pleasing her family. Okay?
Exactly.
Now, do I feel like it was a bit absurd that he dropped her really quickly after promising her family that I'm going to marry this woman, all that stuff? Yeah, yes. I feel like, that's your words sometimes maybe don't hold any weight. But it is a concerning thing, what he found about Alex, is that Alex does not know how to read the room. There's certain things you just gotta know in a relationship. Like when your person comes back from work and they're very tired, then you do the dishes for them. When their family members here, don't sleep. Even though she said I slept for 1 hour. I don't know all that stuff.
Even, you should have pulled it through. Yeah. But there's also other aspect, like I think even her personal life, she's kind of hectic. And it says a lot about where she lives, you know what I mean? Her apartment and that mess. You couldn't clean up for your fiance when he's coming to see your apartment for the very first time.
And another thing too, Alex, she said, you broke up with me over naps and dishes. No, it's the principles. She said that you hate me. Right?
And that narrative I did not like whatsoever. Yeah. You don't make him out as an angry, hateful guy. He saw your standards, he saw your principles, and they didn't align to him, to his standards. So in the end of the day...
But she even said that, I feel like, you always want it your way, Like, I never have a say and stuff like that. And at some point, it almost looked like the whole conversation got shifted where actually Alex is the victim.
Yeah.
And then they had to end it very quickly because it was going too much back and forth.
You know what? There's a lot of things, for me, where I stand, it was that first time that they had that issue with the whole mouth thing, okay? Where she did clarify that it wasn't a physical altercation or anything like that, which is great, but she said she was upset.
And she needed her space.
She needed her space.
He wasn't reading the room.
He wasn't reading the room, but he was also asking her what's going on.
Comforting her. And she called him
and she called him
out of his name.
Yeah, called him a So and there you go. Do you have the emotional intelligence to tell this man, I'm going through something, I need space for a bit, can you give me that moment, that time?
Or does he have the mental maturity to realize when to leave somebody alone? Because he could be a bit assertive, is what she's trying to say. Either way, guys.
Yeah, they weren't a good fit.
Let us know what you guys think.
And there you have it, you guys. That's our lovely review for Love is Blind Season 7, The Reunion.
Guys, tell us what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be doing Love is Blind Habibi review next.
Yes.
For you guys who are interested in. And see you next time, guys.